Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be installing the Bolt Lock JL hood lock on to this 2018 Wrangler JLU Rubicon. So it should be straightforward. Let's jump on in and see how it goes. It's basically going to go right into the middle of the grill and be able to lock my hood using my Jeep key, so no extra keys, that's important, and keep it secure so no one can just open up my stuff now that I've put a aftermarket cold air intake in. Alright, so the Bolt Lock system comes with obviously your hood lock and then the required equipment to be able to install it, including the rivets and some extra push pins. After looking at this, I think that the panel behind the trim piece is actually black. It's just dirty, kind of looks gray, but I'm pretty sure it's black. If I clean it up, it'll be all right. I think the gray pieces are actually the front trim. So what we're gonna do is take the grill off, take it apart, and then put in this new grill piece that'll fit the lock in behind it, nice and pretty like, cut out. And again, if you didn't want to do that part, you could just cut out a piece of your grill and not put this in. I like the way that it looks when it is installed, so I'm gonna probably go ahead and do that and clean up these grill pieces real good so that they're all nice and clean. So the first thing that you're gonna do to be able to take off your grill is just pick up these push pins and disconnect them. And then basically the whole thing is held on by these several push pins that go across the top and then fasteners that are at the bottom of your grill. So the next thing that we're gonna do is lift up on the front of the grill to basically unhook these little points. And then at the bottom, we're gonna basically just pull out the tabs. That was a pain in the ass. This grill's never been taken off before, and it sure as shit didn't want to come off. There's several tabs at the bottom that have to come off to include these high middle ones, and those are the ones that were wanting to hold on me, or these ones right here. Alright, in my old age, I like as many electrical things as I can get as far as rotations go. So I have this nice little Craftsman electric screwdriver. You're gonna need a T20 bit, and you're gonna take off all these screws. It's not our tools, it's over thread. Getting it at least we're gonna use so you don't. Now the next thing will be to remove these retention tabs and then the several tabs, unhooking it all. There's these tabs at the bottom and they have these little metal clips on them. That metal clip has a lip to make these bottom little triangular tabs slip off easier. And something that I noticed that made it really easy to get these off were these tabs. I don't remember my wife's 19 having these on the grill, but basically they sit in there with the lip facing the front of the grill. And then when you press those tabs in, this will basically lock it in place and allow it to be removed again. So just for note, that's how they go with that lip that you can see facing downward, so that those tabs will slide in and it makes it easier to come up. But basically they're just these triangular tabs that go across, and you have to pull up on the little piece that sits in front of them to be able to slide them forward, and then the whole thing comes up. So with that said, let's go ahead and clean these up real good so that they all match and they look new, and that way the whole grill looks a lot better. And then put it back together with the new grill piece in, and it should be real nice. Got all these trim pieces all cleaned up, and now we're gonna put them back together. As you can see, there's like one way to put them in. So as I stated before, we'll go ahead and put this little clip on so that it slides in place.
Wow.
And now that the tabs are all in place, what we're going to do is just screw back in all these screws that use the T20 bit. Go ahead and put these retention clips back in. Snap the 3 pieces together. Now we have this nice little piece for the hood lock, and the whole grill is all cleaned up and sparkly and shiny clean, so it should all match and look real nice together. On Bolt-Lock's lock, it's designed to match your door key. It's a push start vehicle, so it's not an engine key, but it's a door key. However, whatever key it is that you intend to use for this lock, it'll match. So when you open it up and you peel back the sticker, when you're ready to code it, you stick it in, turn it clockwise, and then counterclockwise, and it'll actually match your key. So now it's keyed, or it's coded to my key, and this is the only key that'll ever work in this lock. So now I can mount it to my frame with the given rivets, but as you can see, it's important to make sure that your lock is working and functioning properly before you mount it to your vehicle, because if there's any issues, you're not really going to have an ability to take it off. So as again, double checking, good, and it's good to go. There's already 2 holes here that it'll basically line up to. You stick your rivets in and then secure it in place. And you have 2 in the front, and this thing will be completely locked in place. A quick step back, all the rivets are in place. The hand riveter that I had gotten would not take these rivets and actually pull them up and break them past a certain point. So I had to run out to Harbor Freight and get a Central Pneumatic rivet gun. It runs off an air compressor. I have a small Bosch one and it works pretty good. So this does have to have hydraulic fluid in it, not a whole lot, but it does need a little bit of hydraulic fluid in it to have the mechanism go up and down freely. But it did work real good. It shot out the steel rivets really fast, didn't have any issues. The hardest part was basically putting this thing together. So that's an option for you. Just be forewarned that if you're going to be using these steel ones and you don't want to replace them with aluminum pop rivets, then you definitely are going to need a really heavy duty rivet gun or a pneumatic air gun for the rivets. Let's go ahead and put on this front grille and put it back together, and we should be done. Alright, everything's back together. It's solid. Nothing wiggling around, and we have a perfect little cutout here. Now here's the thing. You can leave this unlocked and pull your key out, and or leave it locked and pull your key out. Either way, if you're looking to have this thing secured because you have it stored or parked, or if you're going to be off-roading and you want it to be unlocked just in case you were to have a fire, or maybe you're driving around and you have a concern of needing to get in your hood really quickly, that you do have the awesome feature of being able to leave this lock both locked and unlocked, and you will not be able to lift this hood. You won't be able to access it. It's well protected, not just from the grill, but even around the housing. Really nice. We'll go ahead and lock it. It's not coming up. There's no lift while it locked. Can't get in it. All right, the install's done. The hardest part was finding a pneumatic rivet gun for the install. Outside of that, everything was really smooth and easy to do. I think anybody can do this at their house and not have any issues. If you have a buddy that has a good rivet gun, use that by all means. Outside of that, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed it.